It's the NBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Denver Nuggets against the Houston Rockets. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You look at the Celtics. They slide down to the third spot, trying not to slide any further.
And checking out these Rockets, they're still sorting out their roster, trying to find a way to unlock their full potential in a holding pattern, if you will. And that could change, though, at any moment.
And the Houston Rockets starting five. They've got Whitmore. Clark is out there with Thompson. Then it's Silk, and it's Tate in at the small forward. And for Denver, before in the five, it's Gordon and Jokic. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Strother in at the shooting guard. And Stan, here we've got two of the highest scoring teams in the entire NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, there's firepower everywhere with these two teams. So defensively, you can't take away everything, but you have to try to take away something.
Limit some things, right, Coach? You can't stop everything on the play.
Not at all. You've got to pick your poison and decide what you can live with.
And that'll be two free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. You know, Coach, guys who are really productive, like Jamal Murray, often have turnover issues. But you know what? He really doesn't struggle with that.
No, he doesn't, and that's one of the great things about him, Kevin. He can be that aggressive but stay under control and take care of the ball. Always poised, nothing seems to bother him.
That's an added quality that you don't see with those two guys who shoot and score as much as he does.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
Murray, the pass to Gordon. Hooked away and stolen by Thompson. Here's Silk. It's down the breakaway slam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Pass to Gordon. Murray for three. Tate with the rebound.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point line.
Here's Strother. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Teammates benefit so much from playing with Jokic. He draws all the attention, then sets you up for the score.
Here's Silk into the lane. And a wide open look for Whitmore. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Yeah, those opposing crowds can put you off balance at the strike, but you got to block out the noise and make those free throws.
Here's Silk following the score by Aaron Gordon. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Now here's Murray. A 24-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
Look, he kept finding ways to get to the free throw line. He knew the other team couldn't stop him, so he just continued to punish them at the line.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it.
The dunk with a foul on top of it. So strong.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Here's Strother. Ball's not loose. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Pass to Strother. Now Jokic. He's covered by Clark. Fader on the way. And good. as it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, this is the touch Jokic possesses. He can attack successfully from anywhere.
Driving inside, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Pass to Hauser. Murray with it. Now guarded by Silk. 6 to shoot. Gordon with no one around. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Gordon's got 5 now.
And the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
Here's Silk. And it's Clark in the corner. Three-pointer on the way. Good on the three-point shot.
Man, if Clark ever hits that shot with consistency, watch out. That's a game changer.
Pass to Strother. Now, here's Jokic. He's covered by Clark. Right at the look here for Murray. Another 3 for Denver.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting lead. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Silk. Denver grabs the miss. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
They didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
He was practically levitating over the floor. Aaron Gordon.
When it's all said and done, Jokic, Greg, is going to be the Nuggets' career leader in many categories.
And he's already their franchise leader in rebounds, assists, triple-doubles, and playoff points, and many other advanced stats as well.
And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. Clark against Jokic. It's stolen by Tate. Here's Thompson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. 6 points for him. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Here's Silk following the score by Jamal Murray. Down low, here's Clark. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. All right, we're in the middle of the season here, Greg. How do you stay engaged at this time of the year?
Honestly, Kevin, it can be hard. The schedule is so daunting, and there's really no time to reset. So spending your off days recharging, I think, is important.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Here's Silk. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. Clark a screen on Murray. Driving the lane, and he slams it one-handed.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
Yeah, that's tough to stop. Murray loves showing off that handle whenever he can.
And let's now go to Shams Charania. He's standing by with great news out of the Eastern Conference. Shams.
Hey, Kevin. Closing in on the trade deadline, it's the Wizards front office getting things done. They made a shrewd move, picking up the ever-professional Tobias Harris. Every team wants 3 things: shooting, length, and experience. And Harris brings you all 3. They want Tobias on this team in a veteran role as well to help out the younger guys on this team. And what better professional to bring in?
Thank you, Shams. Great to hear from you as always.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Drives to the hoop, and it's Thompson at the jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Pass to Strother. They set the pick. From outside, off the mark. Rockets leading by 5. Here's Silk. The teardrop falls in. Silk's got 14.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Outside Gordon. Pass to Hauser. Murray outside. On the wing, Gordon. Gordon with the dunk.
Yeah, he's an above-the-rim athlete. Gordon on the attack.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Thompson, a screen on Murray. Here's Silk. Here's Thompson. Can't hit from in close.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
And Greg, something that is so important to this team, Jamal Murray's shot creation.
It is, Kevin. He creates so much with the ball or off of it. The work he puts in on offense frees up everything for his teammates. Great competitor who's really a perfect fit with this core.
And the Rockets making a change here. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Brandon Clark. Green comes in for Thompson. Tari Eason's checked in for Tate. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Cam Whitmore. The Nuggets trail by 3. In the corner, Murray with it. Launches it. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Well, you got to love that play. Murray gets to his spot, and the pass is right there.
Here's Silk. 14 points for him. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And so it's Houston with it, following the miss by Jamal Murray. Here's Silk. 16 points for him. Green left side. 6 on the shot clock. A fadeaway. The shot by Silk, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
To the left wing. Here's Pickett, covered by Green. Pickett, no good. Here's Silk with the fadeaway. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Now Jordan. Still yet to score. Jordan sets the pick for Murray. Offensive rebound. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's just great patience from Murray, using that pump fake to draw the defender up and earn the foul call.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here's Silk. 18 points for him. To the middle. Green, the pass to Silk. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Denver's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Here's Pickett, covered by VanVleet. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Pass to Jokic. Over Adams. And it's Jokic missing.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
With the drive.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Astonagi. Here's Tyson. There's the 3. Eason grabs the board.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Silk passes to Green. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now, here's Watson. No scoring in this one. Here's Tyson. He's covered by Eason. Astanaji, 5 to shoot. Denver needs to get off the shot. Here's Pickett. Cranes it from beyond the arc.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
And the wide open shot from Green. That 3 off the mark. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. The Rockets on top, up by 3. And we'll get going after this from Ball Arena. Denver ends up going with a whole new group. Houston with a big group substitution here. Adams, he's checked in for Brandon Clark. Green comes in for Thompson. Shepard's checked in for Aaron Holiday. And Silks subbed in for Fred VanVleet. We've got Jordan. Jamal Murray is out there with Gordon. And it's Strother in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, guys, Silk in the last outing against Memphis was dominant. He scored an amazing number of points and came out of nowhere defensively, blocking shot after shot in an incredible effort. He really worked hard in that game and put up some big numbers as a result. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Denver with the ball after the Rockets pick up 3. Here's Hauser. He's covered by Eason. Murray down low. Pass to Strother. And a miss there on the triple. Rockets leading by 5. Here's Silk. 20 points for him. Fades. Does not fall. Only his 4th miss in 14 attempts. Denver's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And that one's good. Strother's got 6. The Rockets shooting a pretty cool 37% from the floor in the second. Not what they're looking for. Out to the right wing. No one near Shepard as he lets it go. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Hauser the pass to Jordan. Pass to Murray. In the corner, it's Gordon. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. He's got 14.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And so it's Houston with it after Aaron Gordon was able to get the triple.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Here's Strother. We've got 1:23 left in the first half. Gordon against Green. It's stolen by Shepard. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Silk. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And I like how Shepard keeps things simple. When he notices someone on his team is open, he is more than happy to move the ball.
Now here's Murray. 19 points in the game. 51 seconds left to play here in the half. It's rebounded by Houston. Silk's got 5 rebounds tonight.
He had a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jump.
Pass to Eason. Out left of the wing. Here's Silk. 22 points for him. Rockets at 3. Jordan with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 7. Murray down low. The Rockets making a switch here. "11 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Silk. Fades back. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Houston Rockets bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back to the action in just a minute.
Hey everybody, halftime is upon us and the scoreboard
To me, it starts with their effort. They have to become more active defensively to prevent easy look shot.
Yeah, the only way to...
And let's switch it up. Here's a look at some of the pop. And that's a halftime wrap.
What's up, y'all? Y'all watching this video?
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Really an incredible game from Silk.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Well, he's already put in a full day's work. They might want to lighten the load on him in the second half.
So on the floor for Houston, we've got him and Thompson. Silk is out there with Whitmore. Then there's Jayshawn Tate, and it's Clark in at the 5, roaming the paint. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
That's Murray just grinding it out and getting rewarded.
He shot 5 of 6 at the foul line.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But you missed the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet. There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
Here's Silk. He's covered by Murray. And the basket by Silk.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Here's Murray. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Pass to Jokic. It's blocked. And that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession. Clock at 4. Good! Jokic can indeed take a little contact.
Well, in a league of huge guys, Jokic's size stands out. He is a problem.
Clark a screen on Murray. Pass to Whitmore. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Rockets lead by 11.
Well, they came out of the locker room with a purpose. 4 for 4 already in the half.
Now, Jokic. To the left wing. And it's Silk with the rebound. Silk's got 6 rebounds now in the game. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Pass to Murray. With the teardrop. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
That is a beautiful floater from Murray. All NBA guards need to have that shot.
Last season, Stan, Jokic passed LeBron's all-time triple-double mark. And he did it stunningly in 813 fewer games.
Yeah, now it's really possible, Kevin, that he's going to end up at the top of that triple-double list by the time his career's over. He's got the big O and Westbrook in his sights. You know, don't sell this guy short. He can do it almost any night.
Here's Silk. He's covered by Murray. Here he goes.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Which shows you're able to attack the rim from any position.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
And here at the midway point of the season, the perfect time to check out the rookie rankings. Who will be the NBA Rookie of the Year? Some great young players. Look at Silk. Well, he's shown he's a force as we move along in the meat of the season, sitting pretty at that #1 spot now, and it's his race to lose.
This is just a special player. No question he should be favored for the Rookie of the Year award at this point.
Well, no debate here. He's running away with it and looks poised for big things to come.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
For Denver, they have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
Well, Jamal Murray, we know, is one of the elite shot makers in the game, and his passing is much improved as well.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
I now will send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Nikola Jokic may not be the most physically gifted. There's an old saying in basketball, you're as fast as you can anticipate. LeBron James says he sees plays before they happen. A lot of people don't understand it. I do. He's special. Kevin?
You know, his mind for the game is just on another level. We appreciate that report.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
Pass to Strother. Gordon with it. Picked up by Thompson. Hauser misses. Rockets leading by 11. Here's Silk. 32 points in the game. Lobbed up there to Thompson. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
This one has been all about Amen Thompson. A freakish athlete. When he gets rolling, there's just not much a defender can do.
At the elbow, it's Gordon. There's the screen. Back to Murray. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Misses the three.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And he drives in. And another assist for him.
Well, I know a lot of you aren't surprised, but he's now 5th all-time in assists for NBA rookies.
Now, he has been dodging and dishing all season long. The confidence he brought to this league is certainly something to behold. Murray surveying the D. Nifty move. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that.
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at the Rockets, they're down in 10th place here in the middle part of the season. They'll need to make a move soon. And checking out Denver, 4 games back.
And you know, Houston, they had much bigger things in mind when the season started. They didn't think of themselves as a middle-of-the-road club, but right now, that's where they are.
Yeah, they wanted to accomplish more this season, but things haven't quite worked out. Some bad breaks along the way.
Murray is screen on Howard, and Silk gets the whistle that time. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th. Getting into the danger area now. He's going to have to be a little more cautious down the stretch.
Mark against Jokic. To end the quarter. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Look at Jokic gutting it out against the defense. Really earning that and one chance.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Rockets?
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
And you can't ignore their passing. All game long, they've done a great job of just delivering the ball in rhythm right where it needs to be.
Pass to Murray to the inside. Jokic, no good.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
The shot by Silk, no good.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there, and that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
Clark a screen on Murray. There's the drive, and stolen by Murray. Picked his pocket. Here's Silk. And he puts it down.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches here. Even the guards are attacking.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts in a 3-point play chance. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Houston leading by 16. Here's Silk. He's got 36. And Gleed on the wing. Here's Silk. Pocket 6. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Silk's got 38 points.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots and you build the lead.
Murray dishes to Jordan. Back to Murray. Looking to end the run. Nice again. And Jordan with the layup. Jordan's got his first points in this one.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
30 seconds left in the third. Here's Silk into the lane. Another bucket. Wow.
It's unbelievable. He's now 5th in the number of 40-point games in a single season.
One of the more bankable scorers this league has ever seen. You have to marvel at his consistency. His scoring has been eye-opening. Here's Murray. And he uses the glass on the way. Murray's got 35 in the game.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And so it's Houston with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great pass.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Šarić. Jokić is out there with Peyton Watson. And it's Pickett in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. No good off the back of the rim. Houston leading by 18. Driving in. And the basket by Silk.
Well, he's had a night. This team feeds off of his energy. And every time they've needed a bucket, he's delivered.
Nuggets shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Pickett passes to Jokić. Here's Pickett beyond the arc. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokić. Jokić has got his 6th assist on the night. Houston's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Here's Silk. He's covered by Watson. The shot by Silk, no good.
I think he got the shot he wanted inside, but somewhere on the play, he just lost focus.
Watson for 3. Doesn't go for him. And here's Houston. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Silk passes to Jackson. Clark left side. Here's Silk. He's covered by Watson. And Houston again with the bucket.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Pickett passes to Šarić. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Astronaci. Here's Pickett. Some solid defense there from Silk. Rockets leading by 19 points. Van Vliet outside. Here's Silk. Shoots a fader, and Houston again with the bucket.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Now here's Watson. Not a lot of room. Pass to Pickett. This one for 3. The Nuggets with another miss.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
Here's Silk. Šarić grabs the board.
Yeah, trying to get separation from the defense right there. Just couldn't get it to go.
Pickett, no good.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Here's Jackson. No good that time.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Pickett, that's good.
Well, Jokić is one of the best passers in NBA history for any position.
Here's Silk. He's covered by Watson. Silk passes to Clark. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Jokić. Stan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
We certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier, but I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer.
Here's Silk. Fades and shoots. And it's Jokić with the rebound. Jokić has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Pickett. Pass to Strawther. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
gets the miss. Jokic has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Pickett. Whitmore defending. Here's Pickett. The high post shot. And all able to win that time before dropping in.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
The screen from Thompson. Here's Silk. Pass to Clark. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. And the Rockets lead by 17.
And this is what the coaching staff loves when they watch Clark, wanting to improve his shooting off the catch.
Pickett passes to Jokic. Over Clark. Too much. Jokic down low.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Silk. And there's the try.
Dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring option.
Here's Pickett. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And free throw good from Tate. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And Murray's got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets, trailing by 19. Gordon with the screen from Murray. Inside, it's tipped. Pass to Silk. Takes it inside. Again, what an avalanche.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Now here's Murray. Defense right on him. Some solid defense from Clark. Rockets leading by 21. Thompson, a screen on Jokic. Silk passes to Thompson. And some nice passing there by Houston. Thompson, a screen on Jokic. Silk, and the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
Now here's Murray. Tight defense on him. Jokic passes to Murray. No good, unable to end this run. The Rockets have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the 4th quarter. They're 7 of 12. Out to Thompson. Here's Silk. Fader on the way. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 11 rebounds in the game. Murray against Clark. Jokic passes to Watson. Shot clock at 6. No good on the 3. Houston leading by 23.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Here's Murray. We've exported so much corporate basketball knowledge overseas. Remember when Fratello and you and your brother Jeff would go over there and have these clinics and teach the coaches the game. And they've taken that knowledge clearly and run with it.
No, I think that definitely happened when those guys went over. I think now it's sort of going the other way in large part. I know that all of us in the league now study what the great coaches in Europe are doing, and there's a lot of them, and the game is different, but they incorporate a lot of different concepts. I don't know a staff in the league that isn't spending a lot of time studying in the international game.
And here we go. Rockets running again. And Green stamps it in.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Here's Murray. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Murray's got 37.
Yeah, exceptional focus from Murray offensively.
They want him to do what Devin Booker did, right? Which be a stretch for
Tonight.
Green with a screen on Murray. Driving to the basket. Here's Silk. He's covered by Murray. Shoots a fader. The shot by Silk, no good.
Well, the defense was giving him that one, but he made the shot more difficult than it needed to be. You got to play smart.
And it's Houston on the break. And another one. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Here's Murray. And the call up. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, off.
This man really almost scored more points than Kobe. Unreal. You let these guys like the bait, and you want to stand there and watch it. Get ready to light it up tonight.